Good morning all. Myself Madhuri Eldare, Technical Manager, Microbiology Department, Kulkarni Laboratory, Pune. Today our topic for the presentation is bacteriological analysis of water using membrane filtration and MPN method. It is most probable number method. What is mean by water microbiology? As we all know, water gives us many good bacteria as well as it contains many bad bacteria. So what are the good bacteria? Good bacteria are always related to the products which will give you the fermentation products. Those are involved in the preparation of the curd, yogurt, cheese, then alcohol. These are the good bacteria. They always help us in a various ways, and they are giving some bacteria also involved in some production of enzymes, vitamins, and various additives which we use in the food manufacturing industries like color, color which is one of the additive. So now we are going specifically to see about the what is mean by water microbiology. So what good things arise from water and what bad things, that we will see. So basically water microbiology is considered as study of all biological aspects of microorganisms that exist in water, which includes but not limited to bacteria, viruses, fungi, parasites, protozoa and algae. So these are all the microorganisms. What is the difference between microorganisms and bacteria? So microorganisms collectively we can call to the bacteria, viruses, fungi, all the categories together we can call as microorganism. But one of them, the group is bacteria. So bacteria is different, fungi is different. Next, drinking water. Now we are going to see what are the techniques, what are the test methods applicable for testing of the drinking water with respect to microbiological parameters. When we will consider as the drinking water is potable or safe for consumption. Which method is applicable? What are the specifications available? For drinking water, we should have clean and safe drinking water. It is a primary requirement of all of us. Then water can support growth of many types of organisms. Some of them are good. But presence of some waterborne pathogens causes diseases. Many examples of life-threatening situations due to waterborne outbreak of infections. For example, one recent case is cholera outbreak in Nigeria. Thousands of cases reported between January to June 2021. That is one of the outbreak. Outbreak is a disease suddenly occurring in n number of people. Next one, bacteriological analysis of water is one component of drinking water quality analysis. Water is screened for the presence of fecal contamination by testing for the presence of an indicator microorganism. Indicator microorganisms are one that have the following properties. The microorganisms is not found in water and will be present in the water only when the contamination event has occurred. Next, the density of the microorganism present should be proportional to the degree of contamination. These are some of the characteristics for the fecal contamination of water. Indication of fecal contamination of water. Common indicator organisms are total coliform group of bacteria. So there are different subgroups of the total coliform bacteria. One of the fecal coliform and then E. coli. E. coli is thermotolerant coliform bacteria because it grows at higher temperature. It can grow at 45 degrees Celsius. So it is called as thermotolerant coliform bacteria. Then fecal coliform originated from the fecal contamination. So it is called fecal coliform. And the all collectively called as a coliform group of bacteria. These all are considered as a common indicator organism for primary contamination of the water source, that is for drinking water. What is total coliform, fecal coliform and E. coli? Coliform may include bacteria of the following genera. For example, E. coli, Enterobacter, Klebsiella, Citrobacter or Serratia. These are many different genera which are included in the coliform group of bacteria. The next one is fecal coliform. Fecal coliform are the subset of total coliform bacteria which are found within the digestive tract and shed through the feces. So it is an indication of the fecal contamination of your water source. Fecal coliform can ferment lactose with the production of acid and gas at 44.5 degrees Celsius within 24 hours. They are also said to be thermotolerant coliform as they can grow at a higher temperature range because it is growing as 44.5 degrees Celsius. So it is called as thermotolerant. So E. coli also one of the member which is also called as a thermotolerant. Bacteria belonging to the genera Escherichia coli and Enterobacter are considered fecal coliform. This is the general representation of the habitat of coliform bacteria, from where we create the coliform contamination in our drinking water source. Habitat, non-fecal coliform and fecal coliform. So here just given the natural habitat of the coliform group of bacteria. Now we will come to the core topic, that is the test method. There are two test methods principally. One is most probable method, what we call as MPN, and the next one is a membrane filtration method. When we are using membrane filtration method, when we suppose that the bacterial count in a given water sample is low, that time we can consider the technique to be membrane filtration method. And when we consider as the bacterial count can be more, can be higher, that time we will go for the most probable number. So generally we drink treated water, am I correct? Treated water, disinfected water, filtered water. So whenever the water is treated, whenever the water is disinfected, which method we will use? Membrane filtration method. Because the bacterial count automatically it will be less in treated water or filtered water. And when we are considering the raw water, like borewell water, surface water, that time the bacterial count may be higher, so we will go for most probable number, that is MPN technique. Okay, why this is so? Because in membrane filtration method we are going to filter the water sample. So if bacterial count will be higher, the filtration will be difficult, and also the bacterial count will gather in one place, so we cannot distinguish the bacteria correctly. Method for E. coli detection is Indian Standard 15185 2016. This is the BIS method developed for the detection of E. coli from the drinking water by membrane filtration technique. It is 15185. For coliform we have two methods. One is Indian Standard 1622 and another one is again the Indian Standard 15185. 15185 is a membrane filtration method and 1622 is a MPN method. For fecal coliform we can use AFA 23rd edition. Fecal coliform. Next, water sample collection precautions. Okay. Water sample must be collected in a sterile water. Okay, sampling plays a major and critical role in any kind of testing, whether it is microbiological or chemical. So if you collect the sample correctly with as it is in its original form, then only you can interpret the results, or you can get the results as original. Understood? So water collection is a major part here. So water sample must be collected in a sterile water. So here it will come what is sterile. It should be sterile, not disinfected. It should be sterile water. Then water sample must be representative of the supply from which it is taken. Any sample you have taken for the analysis, it should be representative of the whole lot. For example, you are having a big tank. You are going to take 1 liter sample from that big tank. So it should be representative of the whole tank. So initial load may be having the different microflora, then later load will have the different microflora. So you should have the representative sample for testing. Contamination of the sample must be avoided during and after sampling. You should use all the aseptic techniques. You should use all the PPEs to collect the sample. Then the sample should be tested as promptly as possible after collection. Why it is so? Because the bacteria present in the sample may multiply and can grow in the number. So we cannot get the actual count. So to get the actual count as promptly as possible, you should test the sample after collection. If there is a delay in the examination of the sample, it should be stored at temperature between 0 and 10 degrees Celsius, because This is a low temperature bacterial growth will stop. It will not kill, but it will stop. Now media preparation, as you know, microbial culture media, there are different types of media. First one is the basal media, enriched media, selective media, indicator media, transport media, storage media. These medias are different, used for a different purpose. For example, selective media you can use to selectively isolate the bacteria from other population of the bacteria. Then differentiation media can differentiate between the two species of the same genera. Understood? For example, Indian Standard 15187, that is a membrane filtration technique. It will allow the differentiation of E. coli and coliform. Though E. coli is the one of the group of the coliform bacteria, but there is this little difference between E. coli and coliform. E. coli is thermotolerant and indole positive, whereas coliform bacteria is indole negative. So to differentiate both in the same genus, you will use differentiation media, that is chromogenic coliform agar, that you will see in our practical. A microbial culture medium is a mixture of substances that promote and support the growth and differentiation of microorganisms. Preparation of microbial culture medium. The required amount of dehydrated medium or individual ingredients are dissolved in a distilled water by continuous stirring, followed by heating if necessary. Heating fermenting of agar. Media containing agar should be adequately soaked with proper agitation before heating. So solid media, there are two kind of media, one solid media and one is liquid media. Liquid medium is nothing but our broth culture, and solid media agar plates. Ready to use media you can use, or media preparation from commercially dehydrated formulations, or media prepared from individual components. In our time, in my college, we were using individual components to prepare media. Nowadays, it is ready-made media available in market, so easily you can prepare media. No need to go with individual component and use and then mixing in a preparation. You know, where last day also you did the media preparation, so it is easy for you. So media preparation from dehydrated commercial formation should be performed by following manufacturer's instructions. What are the manufacturer's instructions given on the bottle? You need to follow. You need to check with the pH requirement. You need to check with the weight of the media to be dissolved in a 1 liter of distilled water and all other things. What is the supplement you need to add? What is the pH indicator there present? How you are going to interpret the colony on the media? All you should check with the manufacturer. Then media sterility. Of course, it is at 121 degrees Celsius for 15 minutes. Some medias require 115 degrees Celsius for 15 minutes. That is the difference. So that you need to follow with as per the manufacturer's instructions. Why it is so? Because some media components at higher temperature get lose its activity. So there is some temperature difference. Autoclave is termed steam sterilization. Now, two principal methods, as we already discussed: membrane filtration method and most probable number method. Membrane filtration method quantify bacterial numbers by filtering water for bacteria growing and counting. And most probable number method, routine in labs, estimate probable bacterial numbers based upon a gas production. How many of you perform MPN in your college? Yes. So you have observed acid and gas production in the test tube.
Yes.
In Durham's tube, gas production and acid production with the color because of the pH indicator dye present in the medium. Why it happens? Because coliform bacteria ferment lactose. Once it will ferment lactose, acid and gas production will happen. Because of acid production, the pH of the media will drop and it will give some color change. So this is the procedure for MPN method and the membrane filtration method. These are the some key differences. So MPN method is very slow, lengthy method, time consuming method, whereas the membrane filtration method, it will give you results within 24 hours. So that is the advantage over MPN method. Membrane filtration method give you results within 24 hours. Then more labor intensive MPN method, as you know, you will need the 15 test tubes And then again McConkey's broth, then BGL, then lactose broth, McConkey's agar, gram straining, all. It is very lengthy and time consuming also, labor intensive. But the membrane filtration is very easy compared to and less labor intensive. It is just you need to filter the required quantity of water sample. You need to put the filter paper on the respective selective agar and you need to observe the second day. Maybe overnight also sometimes you will get the correct answers. Obviously, it will require more culture media, ambient, and more glasswares, and the membrane filtration requires less culture medium and less glassware. MPN is more sensitive, and the membrane filtration method is less sensitive. Okay, MPN method is statistical method. You see the McCarthy's table. According to positive tubes, you will calculate the final number. So it is a statistical method. In membrane filtration, it is mostly qualitative. You will take the presence or absence of the bacteria from the given water sample. MPN is applicable to all types of water as we said, but the membrane filtration only applicable to the filtered water or treated water with low bacterial count. MPN method may give better recovery of stressed or damaged organism. Okay, whereas the in membrane filtration cost of consumables is high in many countries because that membrane filtration method, that assembly is costly and the medium also costly. This is the membrane filtration assembly. This is it is available with our laboratory also. So while our practical demonstration you will see. This is membrane filtration assembly. What you can see in detail. You need to put a filter paper, that is 0.45 micron filter paper, through which you need to filter the water sample which you are going to test for potability, and that filter paper you will put on the membrane on a selective agar plate, chromogenic coliform agar. After incubation at 37 degrees Celsius, you will see the colonies if present. So this is what we see on the after the membrane filtration. On chromogenic coliform agar, the coliform will give pink color colonies, and E. coli will give the blue color colonies. So this is the differentiation on chromogenic coliform agar. After following all the procedure, what is the observation? Pink color colonies will be of coliform, and blue color colonies will be of E. coli. This is simply the technique, how you are going to put the filter paper and then you will put the same on the selective agar plate. Filter paper pore size 0.45 micron, because at this pore size you will retain bacteria more than that. So based on that, you can within a 24 hours you can say whether your water is potable or not, whether it is suitable for drinking or not. If E. coli and coliform bacteria present, you can say it is not suitable to drink. Okay. If you see pink color colonies, what you will interpret? That coliform bacteria is present. If you will get blue color colonies, what you will say? E. coli bacteria is present. If you get both colonies, you will say coliform and E. coli both are present. So automatically you will reject. So now our next question is, this is how plate looks. Pink color bacteria. This practically you are going to perform in the laboratory, so don't worry. That time you will get a more clear idea. So pink color colonies are of coliform and blue color colonies are E. coli. This is your MPN technique. Double strength 5 tubes, single strength 5 tubes, again single set 5 tubes. In first step, how much you need to inoculate? 10 ml. The second step, you need to inoculate 1 ml, and the third step, you need to 0.1 ml. Okay. After incubation, whatever the positive tubes will get, you need to transfer it to BGLB, brilliant green bile lactose broth. From that, you need to inoculate lactose broth, and you need to split McConkey's agar. From McConkey's agar, you will go for the gram staining. If you find the gram negative rods, you will conclude as coliform present. You will see the McCarthy's table, what are the positive tubes. Based on that combination, you will interpret the final result. This is the technique of MPN. You all are aware of that. MPN in 3 steps: presumptive, confirm, and completed. These are the media required for total coliform, fecal coliform in E. coli. What is the temperature range for coliform? 37 degrees Celsius plus minus 1 degree is allowed. Then fecal coliform 44.5 degrees Celsius and E. coli 44.5 degrees Celsius. These are the temperature range for the specific bacteria. Incubation time 48 hours, 24 hours. E. coli we calculate in between. In the process only we finalize the E. coli present or absent. And the units MPN per 100 ml as per the MPN table. Now, the most important is specification. Okay. What is specification? Yesterday I told you. Specification is requirement. What is requirement of drinking water to get pass? Specification for drinking water as per Indian standard 10500. This is the standard set by BRS. What is the specification? That E. coli and the coliform should not be detected in any 100 ml. So it should be absent. So even if you get the 2 or 5 or 7 colonies, your water get failed. Okay. So what is the requirement? What is the specification? That it should be absent, either E. coli or coliform. Both should be absent from your drinking water. Then only you can say that drinking water is suitable to drink. This is what specification says. So now we will come back to our results. In MPN method, how we interpret these results? Either it is less than 2 to 1600. Have you seen in McCarthy's table? So what is the range? 2 to 1600. So if it is less than 2, then only we can consider it is as a 0. Less than 2 can be considered as absent in 100 ml. So if less than 2 MPN per 100 ml, you can say as absent per 100 ml. So you can say the water is potable, water is suitable to drink. Then membrane filtration. Membrane filtration you can directly quantify qualitatively, present or absent. If you can see even single colony of E. coli, blue colony, you can say E. coli is present. You can see pink color colonies, you can say coliform is present. So that time water fails. It doesn't meet our specification. And this is your McCarthy's table. Correct? This is your McCarthy's table. The standard is available online on BIS site. 10500 also and 1622 also. Both standards available online. This is what you get for E. coli conformity test, indol test at 44.5 degrees Celsius. This is BGLB, brilliant green bright broth. What is the gas production in BGLB? So this is how we are going to test the potability of water with respect to microbial parameters. And how you are going to interpret results? If E. coli and coliform both absent, then only you will say, you will give remark, the water is potable, water can be used for drinking purposes. As per Indian standard, which one? 10500. This is the specification. What is difference between specification and method? Now we have seen. Specification is requirement and method is the test method, like a test procedure. So here we have seen two test methods. IS 1622, that is MPN, and membrane filtration is IS 1515. These are the test procedures. But what is the specification? IS 10500. This is the specification. So these are two different things. Specification is different and method is different. Likewise, we are having packaged drinking water. For packaged drinking water, specification is different. Specification is IS 14543. Specification tells us the limit within which your product should comply. Okay, and the test method is different. Test method will tell you how to proceed, how to perform that testing, particular testing. So that is different. So test method is different and test procedure is different. So here it ends with the microbiological testing of the drinking water. Okay.